Okay.
Obviously, these things turn the tide.
Obviously, you turn the tide.
Hey, you were supposed to get us Black Panther clothes. What happened?
This is my Grey Panther. Because I'm like mixed.
You know there's like no white guys in the Imperial Army. Or no black guys in the Imperial Army.
Finn.
Yeah.
What's up?
Not anymore.
Bitch?
That's why he left. Like, there's too many white people here.
This is creepy. It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, uncomfortably creepy.
Welcome to our found footage for the Black Panther.
Hi guys, how you doing? We are using the same beer we may have used.
This is a beer we haven't used yet. No one watches both beers.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. We can say what the beer is though, because it's good.
It is called Smoke and Shadows, and it's from Empire Brewery.
Yeah, a great local brewing company.
It's nice.
I want to go to their farmstead.
I do too. We should go. We should film one there.
Because the thing is, they have food there too, so we could take the families and it'd be fine. I'm just saying.
Was it in like Camillus or Casanova or Casanova?
Yeah. It's not that far away.
I like Casanova. It's a cool little town, so maybe we'll have to take a little trip there.
Let's figure this out. I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm serious, man. I'm Siri. Hello, what do you want? I don't know what Siri sounds like.
I'm Star-Lord.
I'm Imperial Officer, obviously. My boobs look pretty good in this right now.
Yeah, it's actually, you look kind of swollen in that. You got like a Kylo Ren thing underneath, maybe?
Oh,
you just want a full Kylo underneath? Man, it would have been great.
Actually, if we pause it, I have my frog togs. They can go up to here. So I could do a Kylo Ren.
So you already did this. You already done this already. By the way, let's proceed very carefully.
Proceed then. Look. Thanks. Okay, so let's talk about this movie. We're going to go a synopsis without spoilers. Obviously, as usual, guys, spoiler-free. So we do little head pats, and then we will spoil the shit out of this movie, because we have a lot to talk about with this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of spoilers.
A lot of stuff to talk about.
A lot of spoilers.
Do you want to do the synopsis? Do you want me?
I'll do synopsis.
Okay.
Okay, so Black Panther is obviously we're deep in Phase 3 of the Marvel, the MCU.
Yeah, and he showed up in Captain America Civil War.
Yes, and he was a turnkey pivotal part. Turnkey, no.
Turnkey.
I was trying to...
Okay.
He was ready to go. He was turnkey, but he was like a linchpin. That's what I meant to say. Linchpin for Captain America Civil War. Played by Chaz Boseman, who I had never heard of before this.
Yes. No. Yeah. He's great.
He was great.
Yeah.
And he was great in that. He's great in this. Who plays basically he's the son of a world leader when we meet him.
Newly crowned.
Yeah, newly crowned in this movie as the king of this technologically advanced,
it's made up
nation called Wakanda. Now, Wakanda, everyone else from the outside world thinks it's just a poor nation because they have technology.
It's in Africa, basically.
They have technology that makes it so you can't see like that they're what they're really.
It's camouflage.
It's like the super cool looking like city underneath.
Yeah, the city looks awesome.
Yeah. Like, and there's a lot of cool things. Like, if you're looking close enough when it does a little ride through the city, there's a lot of cool things that are like, okay, this is like what a real nation that really cared about their people would do, like having sustainable like food things on the skyscrapers and stuff like that. Like, they're advanced. They're at a point where America should be. They're more advanced than us. Yeah. But they're also nobody knows about them, and they're very isolationist.
Yes.
And so when he now he has to deal with all these problems though because his father just died. This is basically very soon. I think a week after the events of Civil War.
Yeah, it's very close to.
Yeah, it's very close to the events of Civil War. So it's like about a week. It starts about a week after, and so basically he is now dealing with being the leader of this place. There's already hiccups going on, like challenges in power. And him dealing with this conscience of, can we stay an isolationist nation, or can we have this beautiful technology that
on
can
top
help
of that,
people.
he's also trying to live up to the legacy of his father.
Yeah.
It's like this big thing in his mind.
And he was like a big deal king and was around for a long time. He ruled for like 30-ish years, 30, 40 years. And he was the Black Panther, which is the best fighter.
Literally a mystical fighter. Like he's gifted special powers. Yeah. The heart-shaped herb.
From Zuri.
Basically, that give him like enhanced strength, enhanced speed, enhanced durability,
reflexes, instincts.
Yeah, he's basically like he becomes like this cat-like creature almost. But as a man, and he gets also a super cool suit. super cool suit that like has like claws and like bombs and weird things that come out of it.
Also, his sister is the head of technology, and she keeps making dope stuff.
And she's also in this this Marvel universe is the smartest character in the Marvel universe.
Really?
Yeah, she's the smartest character in this universe.
So Reed Richards not there.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, she's not the smartest character in the.
Amadeus Cho is there, but nobody cares about him.
He's not.
He is.
Is he?
He is there. He's been introduced, but it was like one of those like, you saw him went past him, and then you'll never probably see him again, or they'll recast him.
Please do, because he's in an awesome Hulk.
Yeah,
totally awesome Hulk, actually. So basically, it's him.
And his sister is Shuri. She's played by Letitia Wright, who was great in this movie. She was really a lot of fun.
There's a lot of great actresses and actors in this movie. Lupita Nyong'o's in this movie as Nakia, who's like the love interest, but also like a great warrior and spy.
And of course, Janai Guerrera, who is the Michonne from Walking Dead.
Yeah, and amazing on that show, amazing in this movie.
She plays Okoye, who's the head of the Wakandan King's Guard.
Daniel Kaluuya, who is from Get Out, but also plays what's his name in this one?
Wakabi.
Wakabi.
And also, of course, Michael B. Jordan is Eric Killmonger.
Eric Killmonger, that's right.
His name's like not Killmonger. His last
This is Eric Stevens is what they say his name is. Yeah.
Killmonger
is his
moniker. Davis.
Is what they say. But
he kills so many people, he mongers.
Yeah, he's like monger of killing.
The explanation for that was like, nah.
I was like, that's good. Keep going.
I get what you're trying to do.
Because they literally like it's a character.
All his kills.
It's a character taken from the Black Panther comic, and that was his name in the Black Panther comic. But they were like, let's just give him a better explanation.
Fishmonger. I mean, Killmonger.
Yeah, it's like fish, but he's killing them.
Ironmonger. There's a lot of mongers in Marvel. There's two.
I love that you committed to this costume, by the way, with the headphones.
They're attached to something.
Don't look. That's weird. Don't look. That's actually really weird. My phone can't attach headphones anymore. I'm like of that generation phone.
I have one.
Okay. Also, there's people in this. Like Sterling K. Brown is in this freaking thing from This Is Us. Angela Bassett's in this.
Martin Freeman.
Forrest Whitaker's in this. Andy Serkis is in this.
And my favorite human in this movie, Winston Duke.
Who
played M'Baku.
Killing it in this movie.
Oh, so
like, if this guy does not get more work, I will be very upset.
I'll be pissed. Andy Serkis was great in this movie too. I can't think of a performance that I was like.
Also, Andy Serkis bulked the fuck up for this movie. He was jacked.
Yeah, and great.
And he's great.
Great. He was entertaining as fuck.
So many good people in this movie.
Was there someone you weren't impressed by in this movie? I don't know. I think
there could have been beautiful people.
There could have been more Andy Serkis.
Beautiful people.
Yeah. I was just like.
I honestly thought it was just enough Andy Serkis.
Kind of just hot people.
Yeah. Beautiful people. Including Forrest Whitaker. We're including Forrest Whitaker in that.
Barely.
Hey, you like my lazy eye? I'm really hot. It's me, sorry. That's one for my Forrest Whitaker two phrases. I already know one. That was a good one. That was good. Letitia Wright was great too, and I hope she's in more stuff because she was. I mean, she's obviously gonna be in the sequel, but hopefully she's in more stuff outside this because she was great. I mean,
of course, Thirsty Gambler Stanley.
Good Stanley appearance. I mean, let's talk about the aesthetics of the movie. What we thought about the Wakanda. What we thought about
let's talk about CGI. CGI for this movie was great. It was really good. There's a couple of places where I was like, oh, maybe that wasn't, but it was especially after watching Justice League, so much better. Even
Justice League was great.
Even without the lip, the CGI in that movie was suspect. Steppenwolf, garbage looking.
Because he looked so wet. He looked wet, right?
Yeah.
He looked wet.
He just looked like garbage. He looked like CGI from 2005.
Get the junk out of
But this CGI in this was good. I mean, the whole place was CGI. The whole city was a CGI place. It was beautiful. It doesn't exist. It was really cool.
It looked like I want to visit there. I visit that city.
I like how they're it's basically platform 9 3/4 to get in. You just fly into a mountain.
I'm gonna fly this mountain. Oh, hey, we're there.
Cool. Also, maybe they stole from Wonder Woman. There's that mirage shadow thing. You can't you don't know how to get in there, and then you just fly into it, and you're in.
So this is technology, not magic.
You could fly in by mistake, basically. If you were crash land your plane.
I'm a kamikaze. I want to kill myself. I'm in a city.
Oh shit! It's like really cool.
Curlians of a city.
Cool.
But basically, like they either kill you or keep you there. Basically, at that point, so they kind of insinuated that with other people, which I won't spoil.
We'll get to. But let's talk about the villains in this movie. Let's just talk
Michael
about
B. Jordan plays Eric Killmonger.
how did you feel about his villain? Like,
I loved him. I thought he was. Honestly, I thought he was one of the best villains since. And he was sympathetic. I get the toxic masculinity thing. I do get that, and I'm not discounting that at all, because he did. But the thing was, he's a villain. He's not like
he's broken. His quest is righteous to him, even
his father was murdered by weird mystical alien people. Basically, like a guy came and killed his father. He knew that he was different, like his father, and wanted to find out his birthright, and he went ruthlessly about it. He didn't go, it wasn't the right way. Yeah. He didn't go through the right channels to do this.
When his character first came in, I was like, I don't get what it's supposed to be. But then after that event that happened that made his character, brought him into Wakanda, I was like, oh, now. And then I started to, the reveal for me made the movie, made his character better. At first I was confused. I'm like, oh, he's just this dude. I don't really get why I'm supposed to care about him. And then the one event, the catalyst to his getting into Wakanda happened, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Why. That makes sense. Also, Mr. No Day's off at the gym. Good lord, Michael B. Jordan.
He looks better than me.
He might have been as solid as Chris Evans was in Captain America.
Oh, certainly. If not more.
He was swole as fuck. I was like, shit, man. I mean, if you're going to pay $5 million to work out, though,
I'd do it.
Somebody pay me to work out, please. Please pick me. You need a Star-Lord stunt double, maybe?
Yeah, basically, the Royal Guard for T'Challa, Black Panther, played by Chad Boseman, is a bunch of just these awesome warrior women. And the society is very matriarchal in general, which I love.
Sure, yeah.
I love that, and they're basically like, this is, it was a very good day.
And it made sense. It didn't feel like they were just pushing on us. It felt like this is why, and they explained why very well.
And a lot of African society was matriarchal, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was very cool because it was just they made a couple of digs that maybe this is why the rest of the world's fucking up.
And they picked strong actors to play these characters made it feel good.
Certainly. And all of them were incredibly believable as
Or.
those characters. And it was... I think we just get the ratings so we can start talking about spoiler stuff.
Yeah, because there's stuff I want to talk about and I can't talk about it yet.
I'll go first.
Okay.
This is the best Marvel movie I've seen. And I loved the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I loved Civil War and stuff like that. This is the best, and because they didn't rely on the gimmicks of the other Marvel movies, and they also didn't, it was an original story that could have been not Marvel. I would have loved it just as much. And
sure.
I was telling people, a couple people I was talking about, I was like, I love this as a Marvel movie, but I loved it more just as a movie. It gave me the feelings as when I first watched Indiana Jones for the first time.
Okay,
just epic,
wow.
and sweeping and oh, that thing's cool, that thing's really cool, and I haven't had that feeling in a movie in a very long time where I was like, this is so cool and original and fun, and I'm gonna give it a badass movie, and I haven't done that in a while actually. For us watching, but
the last one you gave that was for Man of Steel.
Really, I mean, it was Man of Steel. I really enjoyed it. I think I gave my C for that. I think a badass movie. Come on, guys, come on, badass movie though. This is a badass movie.
I didn't feel quite as highly about this movie as you did. I would definitely say it was top 3 Marvel movies, though. CGI, story, the characters fleshed out. First of all, we need all those UFOs going on in the rest of the universe now. Get those going. I think the Avengers need a UFO to fly around in. Those Wakandan ships.
Well, so that would be cool. Like when they do it, Avengers, I got a ship for that, and then the Black Panthers, leading the team or something for a while.
Sure.
Cool.
The choice of actors in this movie were every character was spot on.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
strong. I don't know if I've seen a cast that was more strongly cast than this one.
There wasn't someone that I could pick out as a weak link.
Yeah,
At all.
I'm trying to think of a bad performance I saw, and there wasn't. Like even Angela Bassett's character, who wasn't that big,
Yeah, it wasn't big.
it was still significant and meant something, and everybody kind of meant something to the end game of this plot. So I mean, like I didn't like the rhinoceros as much as you did, I guess, but I really love this movie.
CG.
I really love this movie. I thought it was well done.
This movie was a movie that I was upset that I didn't see it in 3D. Because of all the cool fight scenes and the cool when they're delving into parts of Wakanda and stuff.
I think maybe like with the train, the train area
Yeah.
might have been cool in 3D.
Yeah.
Too.
Certainly.
I'm all right with. I'd go back and see it in 3D. I would go back and see this movie, which really I think
We're going to see it.
speaks high marks, and we'll review it again. Like this time it sucked.
I didn't like this
But,
the second time.
But M'Bako is he's my dude. Like I love that the Gorilla Tribe guy. I will give this a badass movie too. I don't want to say low badass movie, but I think I feel a little bit less about it.
Really, no.
No, I won't give it a low because it was a badass movie. But I'm saying like in Marvel movies, I think it was probably top 3. I still like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is still like my heart and soul movie. I just love. I can watch that. 100
Really?
times over.
You? No
I can
way.
watch it a lot. And
Because you're nerdy Star-Lord right now?
I'm nerdy Star-Lord every day though. Right?
No, it says
Most
no.
of the comments,
Says no.
nerdy Star-Lord. Yeah, let's get to the spoilers now. So we're 1637.
That's a good time. Good time for spoilers.
1637, a great year for America. No, it wasn't.
Probably not, yeah.
We were still fighting for survival.
Like Roanoke was here, I think. But that's about
Yeah,
it.
Croatoan stuff. No, it's not good. Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty of this.
Nitty and the gritty, yes.
The nitty and the gritty. So this plot kind of spanned because it was in Africa, but also in California, where basically they established that there was like operatives in every country, and one of the operatives was T'Chaka, King T'Chaka's little brother, who was played by Sterling.
Sterling K. Brown from This Is Us, guys. He
Enjoyable.
won an Emmy, man, okay? He won an Emmy.
I don't watch this stuff, so I don't know.
You should watch This Is Us.
But I've heard he's a great actor, and I believe that.
Watch the first 4 episodes of This Is Us, and then think you watch the rest of it, and you'll be fine. 'Cause, you know,
So I have to cry? Do I have to
yes,
cry?
no, you will cry. You will cry. They're good episodes. They're
How many episodes have you sobbed
It's
during?
good,
Like,
but
just,
then-
like, had like a deep body cry during.
I've almost cried during at least one, and it wasn't the one you think. Wasn't what you think. But Jamie has definitely cried during several episodes, and it is always funny.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. It's me. How you doing? I'm the dad. Hey.
Yeah,
That's one for my
he's been dead longer
Nemo
than
Vince Miglia impression.
he's been dead longer than we've known him alive.
God damn it. Sterling K. Brown's Southern California character, and he was the father of.
Would you say your favorite character is ever K. Ross?
My favorite character is probably Ulysses
The
Claw.
Tolkien
which
white
is-
guy.
It's tough because he's a white guy, but I loved
#Ray.
I loved how much he puts into this fucking role. Like he's just like going all in, like insane. And I think like it was a fun villain.
What I liked about Ulysses K. Claw, the only thing I liked about him was they gave him the claw, the
That's
sonic
the only
arm.
thing you liked about
I
him.
liked him, yeah.
What? He was fucking great, man.
He's okay.
Like when he was getting interrogated, he was just being a fucking douche now like the whole time. It was great.
I felt he was very self-aware in that scene. I was like, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
but
know.
if anyone is allowed to be self-aware, it's Andy goddamn Circus. Okay,
not
nobody
really-
even can see his face most of the time.
Okay, that's fine.
I like his character.
I was fine with it.
Like usually don't like car chase scenes, and that
I
that
like
scene was
when
great.
he gets shot in the head.
I hated actually no, that was one thing I hated. I forgot about that. There's that car chase scene where he shoots the thing, and the whole car falls apart, and she's just in the seat and fine. Like I'm like, no, you would also be fucked up.
I'd be dead.
Yeah. If the car like disintegrated, you would also be disintegrated. Like you don't have like a shield. There's nothing guarding you.
Maybe
like,
she does, Matt.
Nah,
What kind of technology,
Nuh-uh.
motherfucker?
nah.
What kind of technology?
She dead.
Motherfucker.
She dead.
She got those fucking little balls, little balls. I feel good.
Like I have bedroom balls now. Like
Yeah. Okay, cool, man.
they're blue. Like oh,
Oh, sure. Okay, cool. You fam. That's
Okay, so let's talk about the family. We'll talk about the royal family first off. How about that?
I'm down.
So we obviously T'Challa, Chad Boseman, kind of had a nice arc into this movie, and kept arcing. He arced really really well because basically like part of this rite of passage was they take your Black Panther power, which they take away twice, man.
Yeah, like that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, and like it's like showing like
Also
his veins going black, which means it's gotta hurt.
Very
right?
wasteful because they have to give it like him a whole version of a plant to get him back to health.
Yeah.
After that. But what's the other? They never like tell you what the other thing
Yeah,
is.
like,
It's just like
what
a
makes
poison.
it go away.
Let's give you a poison and it goes away. Okay, cool.
Mysterious.
Okay.
It happens somehow.
I think you can see his veins. Like, his veins.
And he goes,
Oh,
and he's got to be ready to fight like immediately afterwards.
Literally, that's the traumatic experience. Like having the thing removed from you and then like fight that guy.
Like now fight this dude.
Like what?
He's way bigger than you.
What?
Both dudes way more swollen than he was.
Like, can we give the other guy like an herb first and then take it out of him so that he gets the trauma too?
Like the first fight when he fights M'Baku and he gets stabbed. Nah, that's a bad stab.
And he's moving that shit around too. I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
like he had like a hole in his goddamn chest.
No, you stupid! You stuck the stabbings.
Oh,
It's gonna hurt.
Oh no! He had like and they pulled it out and there's like there's a hole there. I'm like, first of all, you'd be bleeding all over the place. Second of all, too close to your heart. Third of all,
Yeah, I don't like how it was advanced. Like that's too close.
he just seemed fine afterwards. I'm like, nope.
Oh
you
no,
were
I'm
not
fine. It's fine. It's cool. I'm cool.
Nope.
How you
Nope.
doing? Like no, you just
I'm
got
fine.
stabbed in the chest.
Everyone's fine. How are you? I'm like, no.
You stabbed the chest next to your heart. No.
But yeah, there was still a cool fight scene. M'Baku, the dude played him, was really like he came in as like basically like the Flash Thompson of the
Yeah. No, seriously, yeah. That's not a bad analogy. I am better than you. I'm like, okay.
I'm big dude. I came from nowhere. I'm better than you. I kick your butt.
The Mountain Tribe. Everyone hates us or whatever.
But I liked that. I liked
Cool.
afterwards, like how he was like humble and like helped him. Even
Yes, and he like
but
had
just,
a great character.
Just humble enough.
Just humble enough. Yeah.
Like, oh, can you help us with this? I'm like, no, I'm not.
No, I'm good, man.
He's like, I saved his ass. You're good. We're even now.
Like, yeah, see him? He's alive. Fuck you. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, his character scenes were pretty great though. Like,
Yeah.
when he's fucking with Martin Freeman's character.
They
I
had
was
a
like,
good amount of humor in this, and I really liked. They had a perfect amount of humor. It was like an action movie, but like it had a great.
when he was
sense of
fucking with
humor.
Everett Ross, it was like,
Yeah.
What? He's like, I'm trying to talk. No,
Nope.
I was like, yes, all that. Really, it was a cool arc for Everett Ross' character because he started off as this like super douche, like fucking I'm in charge and I do this stuff, and then like he found a lot of humility in this after the
and they had like when they mentioned though Air Force, he's a former Air Force pilot. I'm like, okay, he's gonna do some fucking
hint,
shit.
and like,
oh,
okay.
Then, but not like down here. It was like hint. You're like, I get it. Ow. Stop out of my face.
The character that bothered me actually the most was Wakabi's character, because first of all, okay, he's married to Denai Guerrero's character,
And also, if you're ready to deny Guerrero, just
but
don't fuck around with
the
that.
character, like, okay, they're supposed to be married, but they didn't really seem to like each other or have any reaction even.
Or anything really.
But then, like they established this, like, oh, like, me and T'Challa are friends, but we have problems.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's just like, I'm totally against you.
Yeah, like, what? I didn't like that.
Like, you know this motherfucker for years.
Yeah, like,
you met this guy like 10 minutes ago.
He's my boy now.
He supposedly killed one dude, and now he's your boy?
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is that bullshit?
Come on, man. Like, sheesh.
And then I also have rhinos, and I'm gonna fight him. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Also, they didn't shoot us with rhinos way too, not enough.
Well, they like showed him petting the rhino once,
like,
basically.
This is my rhino. Now he's gonna attack.
And also, Ex Machina, like Denai's character is like, I am really good. I think it was Denai's character. Whoever was really good with rhinos
because she's the wife. Yeah.
And so, and then like that's how it comes into play later, where I'm like, okay, I get it, but I get what he's trying to do.
Like also then,
But
is he that dumb where he's like, okay, she can literally stop the rhinos by just being there, so I'm gonna stick the rhino on her. Like that's what would you?
Also, that's your goddamn wife, motherfucker. You're gonna be sitting on the couch. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
couch time. There's some couch time coming up. It's like I'll sleep on the couch.
Also, you probably just get your ass kicked because
because you've established there's no established place where you're a good fighter.
Yeah.
But she is a badass, like maybe even better than T'Challa.
He's obviously
fighter.
a good leader, though. He's obviously like a good leader because like he has a bunch of dudes that fight for him, and like he seems to be like the dude fighter. Like all the dudes fight for him. Did you notice that? Like, there's just
why
dudes? Like he doesn't
like his character didn't.
The ladies are all wearing red and fighting for Denaya, and all the dudes are fighting for him. But it's like what? I didn't establish what that was.
Also, that's the worst kind of domestic dispute right there, where you both have an army. And
I was like, I don't even get what that's about. But also, like, his army is terrible. Besides the two rhinos.
He needs rhinos.
Whooped.
They get their asses handed
by like 5 girls. Like, just 5 women just kicked the shit out of them. And it's beautiful. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, what is your point?
There is weird. Like, his whole dynamic with her was weird.
I honestly would love to see the deleted scene with more of that stuff in it.
Sure.
It was interesting in that it was omitted. To me.
I wish there was like more of an established thing there.
But I love that actor too, and I'm so glad he was in the movie because I loved him in Get Out.
Okay, let's talk about just like Lupita Nyong'o's character, like that chemistry she had with Chad Boseman.
Great chemistry.
She's the Nakia and T'Challa. Obviously, they established that hey, these guys kind of like each other, and it's a trope that is in a lot of movies, but they did it very well. They nuanced it enough where she's like, you know, I love you, but I want to be a freedom fighter. I can't be tied down to just being a queen who wears a crown and stands around and does nothing.
But like, it's totally like down, like still in the same breath, it's like I'm cool with being queen, but also I don't want to do it because of this. And you're like, so like she definitely puts up that she's interested the whole time, which is awesome. And he's very interested too, and it's a great little romance they have, and they play very playful in the scenes they're in together. And it's very earned. Like when like when they get together, like kind of at the end of the movie, you're like, makes sense. And you don't usually see that in movies. Like a lot of times you're like, okay, well they're supposed to get together, so they got together. That's cool. But like this one, that you felt the chemistry between.
I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. The flashbacks in this were pretty cool. Like just seeing T'Chaka as a young Black Panther.
Yeah. And he has a cool classic Black Panther outfit too, which is
nice.
Also
because you're like when you first see T'Chaka, you're like this guy's a good guy and he has to live up to his dad, but then he realized that his dad also had a lot of fucking problems.
Well, and basically just he made sacrifices for his kingdom to keep it secret,
to keep it the isolationist version.
Keep it secret, keep it safe. Yeah.
He's kind of the Gandalf of this land. Yeah.
He's kind of the Gandalf of this land.
Yeah. Black Gandalf.
And Tandwa Kani is the one who played the young T'Chaka, and he was great. He was great. I loved him.
Sure. There's actually a lot of like the flashbacks really worked for me for the most part. That whole character arc really kind of made you almost feel bad for Eric Stevens / Killmonger, but also he's a garbage person. So.
But also a garbage person in the same
I
breath.
love that he had like this California like 90s like fucking Tupac type accent because that's where he was from, and it's it played off the rest of the accents who were all like this African nation accent, and he was like, I'm here to rule this place, yo, and it made a lot of sense like in the character progression. Like he's like, I'm part of this family. I've looked up my whole life. I've read all the stories that my father wrote, and now I am here because my birthright was stolen from me. I'm gonna steal it back, basically.
Yeah, and a big thing about him was like a big detractor to like a lot of people that are sympathetic towards him, and it makes sense. Like a lot of people, like especially kind of feel that having their heritage stolen from them. And this is what his character is portraying. And the fact is he's a villain. He is a villain. And he's ruthless about his going, and that's why he's a villain. Like,
that's kind of like the whole point of him that they established his Killmonger thing was because he got into the army. He's one of those people that just got in to kill people. Like, he wanted to get confirmed kills.
He's a Killmonger, guys.
And so, like, all the little dots on his body are like...
Each one's a confirmed kill, guys.
Yeah, a lot of confirmed kills, man. He looked like a fish. He looked like a fish. He had, like a weird, like, scaly texture.
Well, that's not really how that works in the army, but okay,
yeah.
cool.
So it's like, oh, I killed someone.
I just Rambo'd in here.
Do you have to like take a cigarette? Like, how do you make that thing? Like, I don't know. But he's like, I need a new weird little tattoo dot that you can give me. A weird little brand each time. But like visually it was cool to see. Plus the fact that he was Mr. No Days Off in the gym. So he had like a V type shape going on. But I also was weird about Syracuse.
Yeah, I think I've seen him in something before.
In like one of your shows? Like,
Yes, I think it was in one of the shows.
okay. My little thing was he was this Navy SEAL dude, but then he's like really good at like sword combat. I was confused because like he beats T'Challa.
When you're a Navy SEAL, you learn to fight with a spear.
With a spear that you break off the end.
What's a short spear? It's a short spear. Sure.
A short spear that all Navy SEAls have. I was a little confused by that part. And then of course getting thrown 1,000 feet into water and being alive, also confused by that part. After being almost dead, then you get thrown 1,000 feet into water and you're still alive without your Black Panther serum. But all right, are you?
That's part of it. No, I'm just stuff. Yeah, I mean, I love that. I love the CG in this. I loved. There's a lot of fun stuff, and that the whole and then him